What's going on, guys? Fangblitz here with another deck profile. This time I'm going to be going over some Noble Knights. Now, Noble Knights aren't the most competitive thing in the world. These are still pretty fun to play, though. It's really just a really fun deck. And plus, if you can get out like a Sacred Noble King with, you know, all of the, with Gallatin, Caliburn, and where's the other one? Destiny. He's pretty much invincible, especially if you get him on with Gwenfar. Yeah, that's what it's called. They all have really weird names that are slightly different from actual like Arthurian legend, but they're close enough. Anyways, to start this off, we run the one card that makes the Brilliant Fusion Engine work, our Gem Knight Garnet. This is just a generic thing. I'll explain what the Brilliant Fusion Engine does at the end of this when I get to it. We run two Noble Knight Ektars. He's just he's like a dragon ruler for your graveyard. You can banish two Noble Knights and special summon it, so you can keep special summoning it every turn, and you can keep like getting fuel to go into some XYZ plays, which is really nice. We run three Medrot. Medrot is the best card to open up with. If you can open up with a Medrot in any Noble Arms, you have an instant rank 5, which is fantastic. We run the three Boars. This is what you normally search out with Medrot, because Boars will go ahead and reveal 3, and you pick one to add to hand, and the other 2 get milled. I'm pretty sure, yeah. Yep. We run two Bedwar. Bedwar's just kind of like he's your noble, or he's your Foolish Burial of Belongings for the deck. That's why you really don't run one, because you have Bedwar. We run two Gwalchavad. It's a fun name to say. Anyways, this dude, blonde dude, pretty much you can just target a Noble Knight monster in your graveyard, you can add it to your hand, and you can destroy a Noble Arms equip spell. But if you guys know how this deck runs, every time a Noble Arm equip spell, the first time at least, it goes to the graveyard, you can re-equip it back to something on the field, which is nice. We run two Noble Knight Brothers, because when it's normal summoned, you can special summon two Noble Knights from your hand. So it's an easy way to get out, you know, rank 4, rank 5. It's great. You can also go into your Ignoble Knight Lancelot, or Lancelin is what they call it. We run triple Merlin just because Merlin is fantastic. You just normal summon it, tribute it, and special summon a monster or Noble Knight from the extra deck. So normally your target is Medrot or Ektar. But you can pretty much do anything. We run the one Max C because this is in compliance with the March 31st ban list. So, you know, because you kind of need the draw power just to make the deck as consistent as possible. We run the one Gwenfar because it's pretty much, you can equip it every turn. It's in the graveyard to a Noble Knight, any Noble Knight in the field, and it's just a nice 300 boost. Plus, if the monster was light, you can destroy it, or destroy Gwenfar instead of destroying that. And if it was dark, if the equip battle, here, I'll just let you read it. If the equip monster battles an opponent's monster, at the start of the damage step, you can destroy that monster and then destroy this card, which is kind of like, if you guys know Dynamists, it's kind of like Stegosaur, I'm pretty sure. That's the one I'm talking about. We run two Effect Veilers. Now, the card that comes with this, I believe it's called Lady of the Lake. Let me just search this up. Yeah, so this is Lady of the Lake. This is the one that normally comes with it, but personally, Effect Veiler is just, it's the same thing, but and it doubles as a hand trap, so it's like 100 times better, plus it's the tuner, so that's how you're going to go into your Synchro Lancelot. We run the one Raigeki just for control. We run the last chapter of the Noble Knights. This is just a one-off card, just kind of like putting it in here, seeing if it would help, and it kind of does sometimes. Pretty much, it starts off with a Cyber Dragon-y effect. If your opponent controls a monster and you control none, you can target a Noble Arms equip spell and one appropriate Noble Knight monster in the graveyard. So it's kind of like a revive, but you have to meet the Cyber Dragon conditions. We run the Foolish Burial just to get Gwenfar in the graveyard, you know, pretty much as fast as you can. Get, you know, or Merlin you could also target just if you wanted to XYZ or Synchro on your opponent's turn. We run triple Brilliant Fusion. So I told you I was going to explain it here. Pretty much Brilliant Fusion is you activate it, And from your deck, you get rid of a light monster and a gem knight monster, and you special summon Seraphonite with 0 attack and defense position. But that's alright, because you really don't need her. You'll probably only going to use her for that one turn, because they're probably going to destroy her. But it lets you have 2 normal summons, so this is pretty much a double summon. And if you have a way to like stop them, like if you solemn everything or if you Ageki anything and they can't really do anything, you get double normal summons every single turn, which is why your Brilliant Fusion Engine is so good. For the Noble Arms, we run 2 Noble Arms of Destiny. This just prevents cards from being destroyed by effects or by battle, so it's pretty good. We run the Gallatin. Gallatin, it gains the most attack, but it loses 200 attack every standby phase, which is, not the best, but it's decent, because it's that immediate attack boost. So, and if you activate them all, you can get this guy up to 4,000, which is really nice. Next up, we have 2 Noble Arms Caliburn. Not only does Noble Arms Caliburn let your monster, or let your Noble Arms gain 500 attack, but you can also gain 500 life points during each turn, which is great just because it's this deck really needs it, otherwise you're just going to instantly 1-turn kill. We run 2 Excaliburn because Excaliburn is like, it doesn't really do anything, it prevents things from being targeted. It's the only Noble Arms that doesn't re-equip itself when it gets sent to the grave, which is kind of sucky, but that's because while it's in the grave, you can banish it to, if you're in the King of the Noble Knight, you can evolve into Sacred King, and if you're at Sacred King, you can evolve into just King. And each of them, King pops up to 3 back row, and Sacred King pops just a monster, which is great. Oh, where were we? And then we have Arthur. Arthur was just the last in, Tecting card, just because I had to take out my second Mech C, which was kind of dumb, so I just decided to put a Noble Arms in. I'm sure you could probably think of something better in the comment section below, hint hint. But this guy, pretty much, you can lose 500 attack and just pop a back row. So it's alright. Personally, my least favorite Noble Arms card. And then just for prevention of getting destroyed, you have double Solemn Strike and the 1 Solemn Warning. On to the extra deck. Like I said, I already explained Gem Knight Seraphonite's effect and why I play her in the deck, so you already have that explanation. We run just the 1 Lancelot, just first of all to stay true to the archetype. It's probably not even really worth running, but it's alright. Pretty much when it's synchro summoned, you can equip a Noble Arms equip spell from the deck to this card, so it's a nice little searcher. But if it's destroyed, or if it destroys a monster by battle and sends it to the graveyard, you can add a Noble Knight. So this guy is pretty much your main searcher to go into, so he's alright. But then again, you have to get him out, which is, not easy in the Noble Knights. We run the 1 Utopia the Lightning because, he's probably the best XYZ in this deck, let's face it. But, just to say, like I said, to stay true to the archetype, we're running double Sacred Noble Knight King King Arthur. We run the number S39 Utopia Prime just to get into Utopia Lightning. Same thing with Utopia. We run the 1 Dark Rebellion XYZ Dragon, and personally, I can't tell if I like the original art or this alternate art better. I think I like the alternate art better because it just kind of looks cooler. We run the Blade Armor Ninja because everything, or almost every card except for Merlin, is a warrior, except for Gem Knight Garnet, Merlin, Maxi, Gwynnifer, and Effect Veiler. Everything else is a warrior. So most of them are level 4. So Blade Armor Ninja is a really good thing. Just double attacks. It's a twin-headed, or what is it called? Cyber Twin Dragon. We run the number 101 Silent Honor Arc just for that steal. Just to get rid of those really annoying things. Kind of get rid of them. And just to steal, get rid of them. We run the King Arthur, just normal rank 4 XYZ. He pops back row, so not complaining there. We run the 1 Castell just to get rid of nuisances and threats. We run the 1 Dagesto Emerald for what's the word I'm looking for? Recycling. And the Gaga Cowboy, if you can, burn for game. So this is the Noble Knight deck profile. I know it's not the best thing in the world. If you want and you know this deck type or this archetype really well, you can go ahead and leave comments for where you think this archetype or this deck went stupid. What do you think I should tech in? What do you think are better options? Like, should I run Lancelot over Ektar? Personally, I don't think so. Anyways, that's it. I'll see you guys later.